Alright guys, so we are certainly breaking in our new rig. We're in New Jersey. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now. And Tropical Storm Fay is coming through. So we've been getting a lot of rain. It started around like 1 o'clock this morning. The rain and a little bit of wind here and there. So far it's been about like 15, 20 mile an hour wind gusts. But it's 7 o'clock, so in the morning, but around 1 o'clock, I guess, is when we're supposed to get like the 40, 45 mile per hour gusts. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you some shots from outside. I mean, it's just been rain and rain and rain, and I ain't been sleeping much because so I'm keeping an eye on everything. So I'll let you see some shots out here now that we have a little bit of daylight outside so far. You can just hear the rain on the roof. We're in a slightly wooded area. There's a lake right across from us behind that pavilion, but I haven't had a lot. I mean, there's definitely some puddles and whatnot going on, but there's a lot of rain. I'll show you on the map here. What the radar, where we're at right now. We're getting ready to go into the heavier part of the rain. It's moving about 8 miles per hour up the coast, so we'll be getting into the heavier stuff, the bulk of it coming up. So you can see, I mean, we got a lot of puddling going on, but we cleaned up everything last night, and hopefully everything goes well. We just have our dog fence up, but we cleaned everything that we could up, so that just in case we got any kind of evacuation orders, we had another maybe 10-15 minutes worth of packing to get out of here. But looks like, I mean, there's people tenting. You know, there's tents over here. There's people tenting through this. We tented through a couple hurricanes down, or when we were in Ocean City, Maryland, in Frontier Town. We bunkered up against a bunch of the cabins and stuff. But this is my biggest worry, is this is what we have above us. Rain. Yeah, some fairly large trees, but they look pretty healthy. But in 50 mile an hour winds, you never know what's healthy. Which is what we're projected up to. They're projecting up to 50 mile an hour winds going on, so we'll see how it goes. It is 10:18, and we made it through the most part of it. Now we just have rain. Well, we didn't make it through the windiest part yet. Supposedly around noon, between noon and 1, it's going to be the windiest part, where we're going to experience like 40 mile per hour winds. So there's just a lot of puddling going on right now. Didn't notice the wind gusts too much last night. There were some pretty intense ones based off of the way the limbs and stuff, tree limbs, were blowing around. But so far. Everything's looking good on the rig. So we'll definitely see how things go. Besides, both gutters are just like a faucet. And this, right now it's slowed down. The rain has slowed down a good bit. So you'll see it on the map. We're on the back end of the storm, more towards the eye of the tropical storm right now. This is our second week in the rig, in this particular rig, so we've never had it through any kind of rain or weather, and certainly not through any kind of tropical storm. But everything seems to be holding up. Our lonely refrigerator out here. So the lake is flooded. Just kidding. I mean, the miniature golf course is definitely flooded out. That's devastation for Rayland, if she wanted to go miniature golfing today. But it could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. So we're still nervous about this wind around the wind. So we shall see. Alright guys, so we are headed out a little bit to outside of the campground to see what kind of side effects we had from the storm. So the rain is picking up. 309. So we're gonna go across the bridge here. I know they had roads closed. They were showing online they had roads closed and stuff like that, rerouting. So we're gonna go across here and see if we can catch some of the aftermath. But a big shout out to Not About Our Destination. I made a phone call to them late last night, and with them having some experiences with some major winds and sandstorms and all, I was able to talk to him and consult with him about some of the things that we should be doing or paying attention to, and he went over a lot of a good list of things to check before something like that is going to happen. One of which is something so simple that I didn't even think about was your freshwater tank. So we're coming into Sea City here. This is the closest beach to us. It's about a 7-minute drive from the campground we're staying at. So here we're at their little park they have. You'll actually get to see they were refilling the sand on this beach from 3 hurricanes ago, or 3 years ago. There was a hurricane that wiped out all the beach, the sand and everything, and they were refilling, scraping the sand out away from the beach and bringing it forward back onto the beach. That's what that thing is. It's called the crab. Goes out and it tests all the waters. But you can see like just here's all this the waves. Yesterday we were literally here yesterday, and you can see it's curling 3. You got about 3 curls coming in before it even 3 and 4 curls before it touches the shore. And yesterday, Esme and I were lucky if we got one curl, a decent curl, so that we could do our boogie boarding.
But now, I mean, just the saturation that you have, you can see all this water, just at water level, the swell that happened. I mean, you're talking at least a foot, 2 foot swell in water level. So here is the situations at some intersections. People just flying through it too. Yeah. It's up to my hubs. It's up to my hubs, guys. There's a duck in the. There's a duck in the. There's a duck in there. There's people kayaking behind me. They're kayaking in the streets. This whole block, like, you can't get through this whole area. I ain't even gonna attempt it. Nah, I have to, because that's a one way. All right, here we go, folks. Nowhere for me to turn around even. Stopping because there's a little car behind me. I need to get through this intersection. You guys saw that. You guys saw that. I was gonna find somewhere to turn around because I'm getting the heck home. I don't need a truck. My truck falling apart on me. recommend doing what I just did. 'Cause every time you go through standing water, you take a chance on bad things happening. We're headed back home. Alright guys, so looking at the radar, which is, I'm showing you here now, looks like we are out of the storm. We didn't get that last round of super high winds that they were talking about. This looks like the next few days the beaches are going to be pretty rough, and with surf and the surf's going to be pretty rough. The water levels will be a little high yet, so hope you enjoyed watching us through our first major storm, large storm in our new rig. Thanks for watching. And right here and here there's going to be a few videos that'll pop up, links that'll pop up. You can check out our other videos and see what we got going on. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn those notifications on so you know when we post more videos and go live.